folks, Will here again with Happily Ever Outdoors. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the June 2017 Nomadik box, and the theme for this month is EDC, or Everyday Carry. Now, if you're not familiar with Nomadik, much like Keyring or BattleBox, some of the other services that are out there, this is a monthly subscription box. So you pay a fee on this box. If you go 1 month at a time, it's about $30 a box plus shipping. If you go with like a 6 or a 12 months plan, you do get a little bit of a discount off of that. But you pay that fee every single month, and they send you out a box of curated gear. So this isn't stuff that's made by Nomadik. This is manufactured by other companies, but they go ahead and they put this assortment of items together in a box with a theme, and they send it out to you. So we're going to see what we have inside here, but in my experience the last 2 months, the themes have been a little bit off to me. Just in my personal opinion, this assortment of items was a little bit strange on some of them, but hopefully we'll have a really good box to check out for this month. By the way, I just want to let you guys know I don't have any kind of affiliation with Nomadik. This is something I paid for out of my own pocket, and I was actually able to get a special discount code, and I signed up for 3 months at a discounted price. So this is month 3, and this is probably going to be my last month with this box. Not necessarily because it's a bad box, but just because, you know, I've got bills and I've got to prioritize. So hopefully we'll be able to finish out my series of 3 unboxings on Nomadik on a high note. Alright, let's open this up. I've mentioned this in my previous videos, but one of the things I like about the Nomadik box is that they give you a card, much like many of the other boxes do, that shows you exactly what comes in the box, but they also give you their pricing on there, which so far has been fairly accurate. So you do get an idea of what their thought process is on this box when they put it together in terms of the value you get. So if you'd like to read through that, you can pause that right there. We do have a big card here that also has a discount code for the meal bar that comes in the box. If you decide you want to pick up more, has all their social media information on there and all that good stuff. Now, one thing that's interesting here, I don't see in my box. The previous months there was a challenge card they included where you go on social media, like on Instagram, and you could share a picture for a chance to win some gear. But I'm not seeing that in here, so I'm wondering if they stopped doing that this month. Make sure it's not printed on the back of anything here or anything. Nope. So I guess they're not doing that this month. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and dive into the contents here. We'll just go down the list. First, we'll take a look at this famous Surf Supply water bottle. Comes in a cool, what is this, like a burlap type bag or something that comes in. Very surfer style. Okay. So nothing like super innovative or, you know, different than other stuff out here, but it does seem like a fairly well-designed bottle. How many ounces is this? This is an 18-ounce bottle, so pretty good size. It's kind of a, you know, a good average size. I like it, especially like for carrying water. It's also good. A lot of times I'll make myself like an iced coffee in the morning and use a bottle about this size. So it's nice. It's not too big. It says that on the card that it's made to fit into a cup holder, and I don't see any issues there. So this is supposed to keep hot drinks hot for 6 hours and cold drinks cold for 24, which sounds about right for this type of bottle. I like the lid on this thing. It does have a big chunky handle on it that's easy to grip. This would also be good for like hooking on a carabiner or something like that if you want to hang it off your bag or whatever. Feels like a really sturdy, strong plastic cap. Has a textured rubber kind of grip right there, which is nice for opening. It makes it a little bit easier. You can see the type of lid it is, the vacuum sealed, so there's actually like a channel that goes around there that goes down around the mouth of it, and that's what gives it that extra seal. $30 seems a little high price point. I'll look it up. I mean, I'm sure that's what they sell it for, but I think there's comparable bottles that you can get for less than that. But it does seem like a pretty nice bottle. What do we have here? Oh, and they throw in a sticker for you. Alright, so next let's look at this 3V gear utility pouch. And one of the things I've noticed about the Nomadik boxes so far, they seem a little more eclectic maybe than like the Keyring boxes. Keyring has been pretty good to me so far for the most part, but it definitely seems like they're completely like hiker focused, and everything in the box, it's kind of like what you would see at REI. Now, I'm not a regular shopper at REI, but it's kind of got that kind of cool, hip REI hiker kind of vibe to their box. With Nomadik, it seems like it's a little bit of a mix. They've got a little bit of kind of like a surfer thing going on this month, hiker, camper, a little bit of a tactical every now and then with something like this. So it's interesting. I mean, not everything has been a home run with these Nomadik boxes, but I've actually been a little more like surprised by the content of these than I have with the Keyring boxes. Keyring is a little more expected, you know, what you're going to get. So looking at this pouch, as far as tactical style pouches go, it seems fairly nice. Not the heaviest duty pouch I've ever seen, but it is MOLLE compatible, which is nice for me because I do have some MOLLE style backpacks and things like that. So for somebody with a military background like myself, this is definitely going to appeal to you. There's honestly a lot of tactical style gear that I do use when I'm out hiking and camping and things like that, because I'm just, you know, I'm familiar with it. I'm comfortable with it. I like the look of it. And, you know, I understand the thinking behind it. You know, it's very high on organization. You can see that in this pouch. You've got a lot of loops right here to where you can organize different gear in there. You've got a pocket right there as well on the inside. Of course, you have the MOLLE on the front. You can hook things on there. And you've got these thick, sturdy button MOLLE straps here on the back. So you could hook this onto a tactical pack or even just a standard pack, you know, if you find the right place to hook it on there, and you'll be all set. So again, this comes from a company called 3V Gear, which I'm not super familiar with, but I have heard of before. It's made in China, but it feels like fairly good quality as far as that goes. 600 denier PVC backed polyester construction. So not super crazy rugged, but fairly rugged. So the great thing about a utility pouch like this is it can be used for just about anything. You could use this to put together a tinder kit with your ferro rod and some fire starter, some tinder, things like that in here. You could use this to put together like a med pouch if you wanted to. You could put your eating utensils and stuff in here, have like a little mess kit in this. Or you could use it as sort of like a little, you know, EDC pouch to keep in your truck or to throw in your bag that has, you know, a knife in it, a flashlight, some basic survival gear, whatever. So it seems like a pretty good pouch. I like the look of it and the size of it, and so I'm sure I'm definitely going to put this thing to use for sure. So let's take a look at this Exotac free key system. It says the Keyring reinvented. Made in the USA, which I like. So from what I'm reading here, the design of this basically is to eliminate the hassle of, you know, if you ever have to actually take key rings on and off your keychain, it can be kind of a pain. The idea here is that this is going to make it a lot easier to slide keys on and off your key ring, but theoretically it should still hold them on there securely. Let's take a look at this real quick. Oh, okay, so if you guys can see, you've got some spacing here in between the rings of this thing, right? You can see that little lock that's printed on there or whatever. When you squeeze that, you can see that that end automatically opens up, and when you release it, it comes down on it. So it feels like these rings are fairly secure on here. This doesn't really add any extra bulk, I don't think, and it's pretty lightweight. This is made from stainless steel, and they've got some rings included on there, some key rings. So I'm sure I'll try this out. It seems like a decent product in theory, and it feels fairly sturdy and strong, and I think it'll work according to the way it's, you know, designed to work. Alright, so next let's take a look at this included Big Sur bar. Sorry guys if I'm mispronouncing that, but the name is no joke. This is a big bar. Look at that in my hand. It's definitely got a little bit of weight to it too. Looks really good. So it's got oats, unbleached flour, dates, almonds, pecans, coconut, brown sugar, granulated sugar, butter, eggs, honey, roasted sunflower seeds, vanilla, baking soda, aluminum free, eggs, dairy, nuts, and wheat flour. May contain pieces of date pits, stems, nutshells, or seeds. A lot of allergens in there, so if you got some kind of allergy, this probably won't be the bar for you. But for me, luckily, I don't have issues with any of that stuff. And it says no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives, no trans fats, no high fructose corn syrup, no sulfites, non-irradiated, no GMO, and this is baked right in California. 200 calories per bar, calories from fat 100. So this is definitely a not like a diet bar or anything. This is a hiking like meal replacement bar. So it looks really, really tasty. It looks fresh. I like the fact it doesn't look like super processed, you know, like something that's made to sit on a shelf for 20 years. It looks like real food, so I definitely wouldn't keep this for too long. I imagine it doesn't have a very long expiration date on it. But so this looks really good so far. Honestly, this is the best looking meal bar I've seen in one of these boxes. So I'm really excited to try that out. All right, folks. So as always, I'm gonna do a real quick check online to verify the prices that are listed on this card, and then we'll come back, talk about the pricing, and then we'll talk about what I actually think about the contents of this box. Alright guys, so I just finished running a quick price check on everything in this box, and I will say, for the most part, their pricing was pretty spot on, except for one item, and that was the famous Surf Supply 18-ounce water bottle. That price seemed a little high to me on the card, and I looked it up, and right off Famous Surf Supply's website, you can currently get that for $24. So they definitely estimated high on that. I don't think that was a sale price from looking at their website. I could be wrong. Their estimated price, if you total all these up, was $48. If you knock off the $6 difference that I saw, you've got basically $42 in this box. So given you paid $30 plus shipping for this, you've definitely got more than what you paid for in this box, but not a huge value over the price you paid. Still, as we know, value isn't just about how much it costs, it's about what it's actually worth to you. So what do I think about the contents of this box? Now, you already heard me say that this bar looks amazing right here. I cannot wait to try that. I don't want to waste it though. I'm going to save it for a hike. You know, when I'm out there actually burning some calories, I don't want to sit and just eat this here at the house. But that looks really, really awesome to me. I was glad to see that in there. The keyring deal, that's kind of cool. I'm sure I'll put that on my keys and give that a shot and see how I like it. And the Sidekick utility pouch, this is really cool to me. You know, again, I've got a little bit of a military background, so I've got a soft spot for this kind of stuff. But even if you don't, there's a lot of value in tactical type products. Again, just because they're made to be sturdy, strong, they're meant to be really modular, so you can adjust them to do exactly what you need them to do, have lots of pockets, lots of organization to them. So they're perfect for keeping that really important gear accessible when you need it, and so it's exactly where you left it. It doesn't slide around or just be, you know, floating around in your bag. It's all in its own place. So this seems like a really nice pouch, definitely got a nice look to it. I'm excited to see how it works in the long run, and the fact that they have a lifetime warranty on it makes me feel a little better about this pouch. If you saw my video for the most recent Keyring box though, I wasn't too happy with the fact that they made a water bottle the core part of their box either, just because these things are kind of like standardized. There's not that much of a difference to them. Most of the time, if you're an outdoorsy type person, you're probably already going to have some kind of double-walled stainless insulated bottle. Now, I will say I like this one better than I like the one that was included in the Keyring box. It definitely is a good water bottle. By the way, I think in the shuffle I forgot to mention earlier that it comes with two lids. You've got the screw-on lid like this that's completely sealed, and you also have a sport lid as well that they included. Now this is sealed as well, but it's a little bit different design. You've actually got a cap here that you can unscrew. This flips over, and then you can drink straight from the bottle like that. I would definitely recommend this lid, like if it's something where you're hiking out somewhere, carrying some coffee maybe, you know, because you're going to have lunch out on a trail, and you're not going to be opening it up a lot. This would probably be better because I think this will keep it hotter inside there, and you don't have to worry about, even if you drop this thing or whatever, it's, you know, nothing's going to leak, nothing's going to break, you're good. If I was actually using this like for EDC, drinking my water or whatever, this would be the lid I would go with. I also like the fact that with this box, you've got another item in the box with it. You've got that big tactical pouch in there. So if you're not super psyched up about the water bottle, maybe you already have one and you don't really need it, you've still got another cool item in there that you know, kind of balances it out. So you still feel like you didn't get kind of a box of stuff that you already have and you don't really need. Now with the theme for June being EDC, everyday carry, I think Nomadik did a pretty good job of sticking to the theme. Now this isn't EDC in the terms of like super tactical, like some people like to think of EDC nowadays. It's EDC in the terms of what, you know, your average person who's a hiker, outdoorsy type person would want to have every day. Even though, again, I've kind of already got bottles like that, but I can see the overall value that they gave you in this box. And it's really good. It's a nice theme. It's a nice, well-rounded set of items that you get here. Now, after 3 months on the Nomadik box, what are my thoughts overall? Well, I feel like it's been a little bit inconsistent. Some months not so good, some months okay, and then this month I thought they did really well. I think if they could get more consistent with solid boxes like this every month, it would be a lot better service. Now, I haven't had them for a year or 2 years or 6 months or anything like that where I can make a really, you know, long-term judgment over an extended period of time. But just from what I've seen in these 3 months, again, this makes me really hopeful. I mean, it kind of puts me on the fence, honestly, of whether I want to cancel or not. So I might have to think that over a little bit. So let me know what you guys think. If you'd really like me to keep doing videos on the Nomadik box, go ahead and comment that in the description below. Help me out. Let me know what you think. But overall, I think it's a decent service. So if you're looking for something a little bit different than maybe, say, Keyring, that's really just strictly kind of hiker gear, but you're not trying to go full tactical like some of the other boxes, it seems like Nomadik, they kind of fall in the middle somewhere. Again, I think they're a little more eclectic in their selection of items, so sometimes that works out pretty great, and other times not so great. But this month, I thought it was, again, a really good mix. Alright guys, this concludes our unboxing of the June 2017 EDC themed Nomadik box. Feel free to leave your comments and questions below, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.